Okie dokie. So, just went over the video footage really quickly and realized that I had severely messed this up. So, fun fact, there are no parachutes on this, which is going to be a problem not only for Duna, but also for this guy in particular. So the thing is, I have to get this thing back down to the ground because I can't have it in orbit. I'll probably just send up another one of my deorbiters to deal with that, but in the meanwhile, I still have to get this guy out of here, because I put a probe body on top so that this whole thing could launch without a guy in it, and I could just transfer somebody out of the ship. He could hop into here, and then land, come back, get back into the main ship, and this could all be controlled by a probe if necessary. So what I have to figure out now is, A, what I'm going to do with this guy, and B, actually, since it's got a probe body, I don't really need to deorbit it, so I guess I could just send up a mission later on to actually go and get this guy out of here. So for the time being, you know what, we'll just leave him in orbit. He's fine, he's got plenty of food and snacks and whatnot. Right? You're happy. You've got a view and stuff. You're okay, I think. Oh yeah, I forgot those actually work. Anyway, so that's fine. We'll get out of there, and we'll just let him do his thing. What did that do to my course? Nothing. It's fine. Okay, so back to the Kerbal Space Center. We'll do a quick redesign of this little lander that we got there, and following that, I guess we'll try docking it. So yeah, we'll just select that and get ourselves some parachutes installed on here. Pop one on the top, of course. More aerodynamic that way, and obviously it'll give us a bit of drag there. Not too much though with those, but these radial mounted ones will give us a fair amount. So another 3 on top there. And then at this point, I'm just kind of mucking about, but I figured, you know, after we align them properly and everything, put 2 on either side of either one of the engines, providing us with a grand total of, well, let's see here, that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 4 on the top, so that's 12 parachutes total. Plenty of drag, I would say. Did some testing after this video, of course, just to make sure that the parachutes wouldn't rip off the engines. They don't, and I did that in Kerbin, so since there's less atmosphere, I think there's going to be less stress on the parts, which means we should be fine. Anyway, that's basically that. On we go to old me, I guess. And let's make sure that we don't have anyone launching with us here. And let's go ahead and launch. Alright, nice nighttime launch. Tee it up, get our resources set, and let's maneuver around over. Oh, we don't even have to because we're on the night side. Sweet. Okay, should be good. Let's just throttle up and fire. Okie dokie. Well, we're in orbit. We have managed to achieve orbital velocity. Hooray. I think we've done it anyway. Is that dropping? Is that dropping? No. So we're out of the atmosphere. Great. Now it's time to start setting up maneuvers and such. Alright, just about time to burn. Burn, and cut it there. What did that give us? Node 0, 121. Okay. Next thing I want to do is raise this up a little bit closer. following that, we should be more or less good to go for a rendezvous. We might need to make some minor adjustments, but for the most part, we're okay. Okay, and setting up for that next burn in just a few moments. And here we go. That should be pretty darn close. What do we got? 121, 120, still at 0. Okay. So now I guess what we can do is we can try to set up an intercept. Yeah, we'll try to set up an intersection, and then we'll spin around, and that should be good. Okay, cool. Let's do it from this side since we're closer, I guess. Not that it really matters, but still. Alright, so now that we've done some catching up, I'm going to be behind this guy by 11 kilometers. Well, 12, really. And over here, I think what I'll do is I'll just put a maneuver in here. And just slightly speed this up, maybe? No. Slightly, ever so slightly slow it down. 4 kilometers. Oh, just went a little bit too far there. 0.8. I like the sound of that. Okay. Okay. Zoom up to that. We got a tiny little burn to make here. So I'm just gonna burn a little tiny bit right at the node. Just the tiniest little bit. Right about there. Okay, how's our encounter looking here? 1.2. Okay, that's pretty good. It's going to be just a little bit ahead of me at the point of intersection. Okay, let's go back to the space station quickly, or space center quickly, just so I can get back on my ship properly. Oh, it's daytime and the birds are singing. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so. Oh, but now I don't know which one it is. Yeah, it's that one. Because this one's over there. Yeah, so it's that one. Okay. Docking port's cleared. Everything's looking okay. Let's zoom ourselves around. We're in target mode now. Hopefully the target speed won't be too high either, and it won't be much of an adjustment for me to get myself into the proper orbit. Okay, so that's intersect 2, that's intersect 1. So this is the one that we're going for here. Alright. Got about 1:40, so let's get ourselves set up for this. Alright. That's going to continue to approach me. So, let's just get ourselves... You know what? We can make final course adjustments later. For now, I just want to be more or less pointing at the target, and let's get ourselves into chase cam. Okay. Basically at it now. So let's turn on the RCS. Alright, down to under half a kilometer out. And if it wasn't for all the text in the way, you could actually make out what the ship kind of looks like. But we're coming in at a very gentle pace. And we're just going to keep on going until we get there. Okay. So I think we're still drifting in. And now we have to start thinking about where we're actually going to be docking here. So I'm coming in from the back side of it, and I want to be docking up here. Right? And it looks like I might actually be drifting away slightly now. Yeah, I'm drifting away ever so slightly. So let's first turn the RCS off. We're going to try to align our docking port along that node. Okay. Let's try like that. Now, let's turn our RCS back on. Now. Just gonna try and slowly bring ourselves towards that port. Okay, let's quickly turn RCS off and see if we can align ourselves a little bit better on that node. No, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Just trying to roll us over so that that's more or less aligned. How are we doing on distance here? We're doing okay on distance, I guess. Okay, okay. I think that's pretty good. Pretty reasonable. Okay, let's try get our RCS back on. We'll try to arrest that motion a little bit more. I think at this point I might want to zoom in just slightly more. That makes it hard to see the docking port, mind you. Just thrust over that way a tiny little bit. Again, trying desperately. Hopefully that'll catch. Yes! We have docking. Did it. Did it. We're docked with our spaceship. We freaking did it. Granted, it might not be the most elegant design now that I look at it, but still, we're docked. That's the important part. It's not exactly perfectly aligned here either, but hey, whatever, right? Okay, we have a docked spacecraft, which is lovely. So once more, let's just speed up time a little bit, come out into the sun, see what this thing's looking like so far. And like I said, so far looking pretty darn good. I think what we'll also do, which may actually improve the stability of the craft a little bit, is we're going to go ahead and refuel this guy here. Well, now that we've done that, nothing left to do but go back to the Space Center. And let's launch again. Alright, so in theory we should be pretty darn close together at this point. Yep, we would be pretty darn close together at this point. Alright, let's get ourselves into chase mode. And again, if that's 0.3, then we're going to keep on going a little bit closer and a little bit closer and a little bit closer. Pretty much we're going to overshoot the guy, I think. Let's turn on our RCS now. Let's try delicately to move ourselves in the direction that we think we should be going. Okay, we're now drifting 0.1 meters per second away from it. So let's just kill this backwards and forwards motion that we've got going on here. There we go, very nice. And I think at this point it's time to start orienting ourselves. So RCS off. Okay, now let's turn the RCS back on. Kill that slight bit of motion that we had there. And let's move ourselves off in this direction a little bit. Thrust this way, come up the fuselage, and I don't think we've actually targeted it yet. So let's set the docking port as the target. Again, I want to take this nice and slow, nice and easy. Let's turn RCS off here a little bit because I think we can align ourselves a little bit better here. It looks like we got kind of an angle going on here. So let's see if we can just adjust that and roll ourselves this way a tiny bit. It's looking pretty good, but it also looks like we're coming in on the fuselage a little bit. Is that right? Yep, we are. Okay. RCS back on. Let's burn away from that a tiny, tiny bit. Okay. Alright, now we have to make some more corrections. Okay, so we're moving at 0 meters per second. Obviously that's not quite accurate, but we're moving. Okay, looks like we're going to come above just a bit, so let's kill that. Okay. And it looks like... Go, whoop, nope. Tiny, tiny bit to the right, I think. Let's go to the right a tiny bit more. Okay. Getting in pretty darn close here. Pretty darn close. Let's do a little bit of a burn towards the left. Tiny bit more. Okay, how are we looking this way? We're looking pretty good this way. Looks like we're, well, obviously we're not coming straight in, but we're coming pretty well straight on. Get ready to kill the RCS here. And we're very, very close in now. Magnets should take over any second. And come on, mags. Kill the RCS. Magnets are taking over. Why, there we go. Okay. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I realize now that I did that without actually extending the panels, which might not have been the best of ideas. But whatever. We can always extend those solar arrays out now, I suppose. Okay. And that's us. As you can see, there's a bit of a misalignment here. Maybe that'll affect the weight distribution slightly, but I'm not too terrifically concerned about it. Yeah. Pretty darn happy about that. So let's do some fuel transferring, and then we are practically set to go for our trip to Duna. All that remains is a little bit of housekeeping at this point. I want to deorbit this guy, but that's really not that big of a deal here. And beyond that, well, once we've actually deorbited and we've resupplied this vessel here, with mostly with monopropellant, really, because again, I'm not too worried about the fuel that we've drained out of here. Yeah, once we've done all that, we should be great. So this is the guy that I need to worry about. Let's go ahead and tank this guy up. Man, I like the way that looks, though. Alright, well, next video will be some cleanup, and then we are off to Duna. But thanks very much for watching. As always, it has been a pleasure. Good stuff.